was cold outside. Too cold for the flimsy plastic Halloween costume I picked out from the store with my brothers and Mom. Mom told me to buy a few sizes too big so my sweatsuit would fit underneath, but I didn't listen. If I'm lucky, a pair of leggings and a long sleeve, long underwear shirt will fit underneath. Otherwise, it's going to be a cold Halloween parade at school and even colder evening trick-or-treating. What was I thinking? Buying the Barbie costume anyways. The plastic mask is uncomfortable and feels like it could break, dent, or at least the thin rubber band strap that is held together by a staple could snap. The whole costume is ugly, but I wanted to fit in with the cool kids, not be the weird one that doesn't have a store-bought costume. I didn't want to be the one who always has a handmade one from miscellaneous objects found around the house and inside the Halloween trunk my mom stores things used from previous years in. I think back to all the Halloween seasons as a child. All the adorable, fun, and more importantly, comfortable costumes from other years, when I either didn't care as much what other people thought of me, or I wasn't as set on a store-bought one. I was a bum one year with a handkerchief sack tied to the end of a stick, and my dad dotted my mom's mascara on my cheeks, chin, and above my upper lip, making it look like I had a prickly, unshaven face. I was a little old lady one year, and my dad made me little round glasses to wear out of garbage bag ties. I wore my grandmother's hat that had a built-in veil that covered my eyes, and a matching purse. I was a pink bunny for a few years. I could wear cozy, soft pink-footed pajamas, bunny ears, and my mom safety pinned a large ball of cotton to my butt and painted a pink nose and whiskers on my face. I was also a furry black gorilla. That mask was hot and sweaty, but the black furry onesie was comfortable and warm during trick-or-treating. The year I was a Barbie, I just had to pretend to be happy with my choice. After all, my mom spent money on buying me what I wanted from the store, and I threw a fit to get it. I suppose there is a lesson to learn about how fitting in and becoming like everyone else is not necessarily what I want, nor what makes me the happiest. October was so much fun in school. All the autumn crafts we'd make in art class, like leaf and pumpkin art. I loved the songs we learned in music. I still remember Witch cat crawling around, tail in the air, don't make a sound, just about to make a scream. Hey man, it's Halloween. Something like that. Our school Halloween parade and party was fun. We'd all get our costumes on and walk through the halls and around the block outside. The neighbors would stand on their porches or front lawns, watching all of us kids parade through in our costumes. Then we'd have party food, mostly sweets, back in the classroom. A movie would be playing, more for creating the atmospheric vibe. None of us watched, nor could we hear the movie over all the kids' voices and excitement. There was just enough time getting home from school to eat something, put on added layers for warmth, grab a pillowcase with no holes for trick-or-treat bag, and head into town for 2 hours of running door to door collecting candy and spooky surprises. My mom would dress up also, making it extra fun. We'd get home, put on another mildly spooky movie like Ghostbusters, Legend, Labyrinth, Casper, or Scooby-Doo, and my brothers and I would dump out our pillowcases and trade candy for another hour or two until it was time for bed and we'd crash from all the sugar. I still remember trick-or-treating in Wyoming outside of Grand Rapids, and someone was hiding in a huge pile of raked up leaves. When us kids walked by with our candy from the nice lady at the door, a person would jump out of the leaves and scare us half to death. We also went to spook houses. One year we went to one that was inside semi-trailers that were connected. Everything was pitch dark, and you had to feel your way through a section that felt like snakes. In another section, the floor dropped out from beneath you and you fell into a foam pit. They served cider and donuts afterwards. I remember being terrified. My mom would take us kids to a pumpkin patch to find the greatest pumpkin ever. She'd make popcorn and we'd all sit at the kitchen table pulling out the guts. Usually one of my brothers would do something disgusting with them and we'd laugh. It was a messy and fabulous time. My dad would roast the pumpkin seeds, or maybe my mom. We'd watch the great pumpkin Charlie Brown with our pumpkins all aglow. My mother and us kids would make scarecrows and other zombie-like, but cute people or creatures stuffed with leaves from the yard and sit them in the yard next to the hay bales, corn stalks, pumpkins, and gourds. My mom would have some small pumpkins and gourds in the kitchen for decoration, along with the colored corn. I believe it was called Indian corn back then. The house felt cozy, whimsical, enchanting, magical, safe, and cheerful. My mother loved seeing what all of us kids would be dressed up for as Halloween. She got such a kick out of creativity, imagination, and play. She was a big kid herself. There is something special about invoking your inner child and celebrating the season in a way that makes you feel excited and maybe even nostalgic of Halloween's past. I learned a lesson from that awkward Halloween when I wore the most uncomfortable, uncreative costume ever of Barbie. I look back thanks to the photos and laugh. I appreciate the mismatch, misfit, and make-believe costumes where everything isn't perfect or uniform, but slightly odd and questionable. I love having a dress-up chest with whatever is salvageable from previous costumes on hand for endless playful and creative shenanigans. I still love cozy footed pajamas. They are practical for the weather and yet whimsical. My mom died unexpectedly last November. I was in the hospital with her 1,000 miles away from my home and my costume last Halloween. This year I'm honoring my inner child and my mother through the love of creative play, dressing up in what I compiled for last year's Halloween. Life is short, and it's much more fun spent honoring old memories and creating new ones that bring you joy. I thank my mother for keeping my child's spark lit long enough for me to take over attending as an adult. October, Halloween, and Samhain blessings.